Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all, and let's just get right into this review. So at the very beginning of this episode, Little Zayn is having a video shoot at his house, and look, Little Zayn is new to this season, and I'm gonna be honest, the only reason why I know who Little Zayn is because there was an episode of The Parkers a long time ago, and he was a guest star on the show, and so that is the only reason why I even know who this guy is. But it seems like Little Zayn's life is a mess right now because he ended up inviting Kirk and Joc over to his video shoot, and he starts telling them how he's married to his wife Ashley, but they're going through a really rough patch in their relationship, and how he cheats on her and sleeps with different women. And then he mentioned that he also sleeps with one of the mothers of his children. So it's just a really messy situation. And then his wife ends up coming outside while he's having this conversation, and he starts lying to her, telling her that he was saying a bunch of good things about her and how much he loves her and how great she is, and she was kind of falling for it. I don't know if she was pretending to believe what he was saying, but Joc's facial expressions while Zayn was lying to his wife was funny. Now, Ashley ended up saying in her confessional that even though Little Zayn has put her through a lot, she loves him and she still wants to be with him, and she feels like him hanging out with Kirk and Joc will be a good thing because both of them are married. And my eyes rolled into the back of my head when she said this in her confessional, because it's Kirk and Joc. They don't even have the best reputation in their own marriages and past relationships, so why would she think that they would be good influences on her husband? But she ended up quickly changing her mind about that when Kirk ended up bringing up the beef between Amy and Bambi, and how Bambi is talking to Amy's ex-boyfriend and Amy doesn't like it. And when Joc gave his opinion on the situation, saying that he didn't think that Bambi was wrong for talking to Amy's ex because Amy's ex is not really her ex, it's just a guy that she slept with 13 years ago, so he doesn't see an issue with it. That's when Ashley immediately changed her mind about Kirk and Joc being good influences, because she doesn't feel like it's right for Bambi to deal with Amy's ex. Now, Spice ends up coming home from being on tour, and she sees that her house was actually broken into. There was glass everywhere, windows broken, things were stolen, and she feels some type of way about it, and rightfully so, because she doesn't feel safe in her home anymore. Like, now she feels like she has to move, and she felt like this was her dream house. So I can understand why she's feeling like she might have to move, because there's nothing worse than being in your home and not feeling safe in it. So Rasheeda and Shekinah end up coming over to check on her, and she said that she never wanted her house to be a part of a storyline like it was last season with Carly, because as you know, if you watched last season of the show, Carly ended up buying the house next door from Spice, even though Spice said that she didn't want her to because she wanted privacy. And instead of Carly actually living in the house, she started renting it out to random people. So these random people knew, because of the show, that Spice lived right across the street from her. So she feels like that could be why people know where she lives at, because of Carly renting out her house. I don't think that it's Carly's fault, but I do think that Spice needs to move, and Spice is actually taking steps to move out because she ended up meeting up with Kendra so that Kendra can help her find a new home to move into, because she no longer feels safe in the house that she's currently living in. I hope she ends up finding a new place, and very quickly, because I wouldn't want to live in a house that has been robbed either. Now, during this meetup between Kendra and Spice, Kendra ends up opening up to Spice about wanting to freeze her eggs so that her and Joc can have a child at some point. But Spice wasn't really feeling the idea of Kendra trying to freeze her eggs, because she feels like Kendra is trying to wait too long to have a baby. I don't think that Kendra is waiting too long to have a baby, because I don't think that it's right to tell somebody how long they should wait to have a child. If she's not ready to have one yet, then I think she's doing the right thing by freezing her eggs. But she did say that Joc is not really feeling it. Now, I think that she should freeze her eggs if she feels like it's the right thing to do, because she said that she's 36, or at least I think I heard that she's 36. So she doesn't want to wait too late and then she's unable to produce a child. So I personally think that she should freeze her eggs, even if Joc doesn't want her to, because at the end of the day, it's her choice. But at the same time, she did kind of admit that part of her feels like she needs to wait to have a child, because if things don't work out between her and Joc, she might be stuck raising a child by herself, and that was her fear all along about having a child. The thing about it is that if she still feels like Joc might go out and do something stupid that ruins their marriage, she shouldn't have married him in the first place. Now, Rasheeda and Erica Dixon end up meeting up, and Erica Dixon immediately starts telling Rasheeda what happened at Mama D's event in last week's episode. And she tells her that when she went to Mama D's event, Jasmine was there, and Rasheeda was obviously shocked by this because she didn't even know that Mama D and Jasmine knew each other. But Erica told Rasheeda that Mama D told her that Jasmine said that Kirk tells Jasmine that if she wants more money or more things, that he'll give it to her if she has sex with him. And obviously, Rasheeda was upset about this. She doesn't know if it's true or not, but she did say that Kirk has run out of chances. So if he did do this, she said that she might end up leaving him. I don't believe that she's gonna leave him because at the end of the day, he's cheated on her so many times, and then he did the worst thing possible, which is have a child with somebody else while he was married to Rasheeda. So if she didn't leave him because of that, I don't see her leaving him because of this either. But like I said in my review for last week's episode, I think that Erica Dixon was doing too much with Jasmine at Mama D's event because I don't feel like she had a reason to go confront Jasmine. And to me, Jasmine handled that situation really well because she didn't give, Erica Dixon the reaction that she thought she was gonna get. And I feel like Jasmine was right. Everybody has so much smoke for her, but they're okay with being around Kirk when he's the one who stepped out of his marriage and he's the one that's hurting their friends. So I did think that Erica Dixon was doing too much when she confronted Jasmine. Now, because little Zayn's kids are going to be spending some time with him and his wife, Ashley, they have a conversation about how they're going to navigate things. And Ashley ended up having a bone to pick with little Zayn because she said that one of the times that he went to pick up his children, he went MIA. And she felt some type of way about that because he's cheated on her with one of the mothers of his children named Michelle. And so she basically feels like he probably cheated on her again with this woman. And so she explained to him that she has an issue with that. And then on top of that, this woman, Michelle, who he has children with, also has a child that he doesn't know if it's his or not. And so his wife, Ashley, feels some type of way about him beating around the bush to get a DNA test to find out if it's his child. And little Zayn is claiming that the reason why he hasn't gotten the DNA test yet is because if it comes back that he's not the father, he really doesn't want to hurt the 7-year-old child. But she feels like he's trying to spare Michelle's feelings and it has nothing to do with the child. If she feels this strongly about him being around this woman, Michelle, that he has children with, she shouldn't have married him to begin with, or she shouldn't still be with him because it's very clear that he's still cheating on her. He basically said that to Joc and Kirk earlier in the episode, and she knows that he's doing these things, so she's putting herself through all this drama. But I have a big issue with men like Kirk and little Zayn who know that they're not going to be faithful, they know that they're going to cheat, and they know that they have a wandering eye, and they decide to get in relationships and marriages anyway, knowing that they're going to hurt the person that they're with. That's not right to me. If you know that you're going to cheat and you know you have a wandering eye and you don't just want to be with one person for the rest of your life, stop getting in relationships and stop getting married. So Rasheeda ends up confronting Kirk about what she heard from Erica Dixon about what went down at Mama D's event with Jasmine. She basically tells him that Mama D has been hanging around Jasmine, and Jasmine told Mama D and everybody at her event that Kirk has been offering her money for sex, and basically Kirk obviously denies this, but I feel like, Rasheeda might feel like there might be some truth to this. And I think even if she doesn't believe this, I think she's embarrassed because obviously once again Kirk is making her look like a fool because even though he stepped out of their marriage numerous amounts of times, and this particular time with Jasmine he ended up having a child, she still ended up staying with him anyway, and now he's making her look like an idiot again because now Jasmine is saying that Kirk is trying to sleep with her still. So now Rasheeda feels dumb, and then on top of that Kirk is sitting over here saying that it's not true and that Jasmine is lying on him, and then he basically said that Jasmine is trying to ruin his life. But the thing about it is that you chose this situation. Kirk chose this for himself when he decided to sleep with another woman unprotected and have a child with somebody else while he was married. He chose this for himself, so he can't say Jasmine's ruining his life because had he never slept with this woman, he wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. And Rasheeda's a fool because at the end of the day, she still chose to stay with Kirk, and now she's dealing with all this drama that she wouldn't have to deal with had she would have left him to begin with. And then Kirk decides that he's going to confront Jasmine, so the two of them end up meeting up with each other, and he starts questioning her about how she knows Mama D and what she was telling her. But But Jasmine didn't want to tell him any of that information because she said that he doesn't need to know her business. The only thing that he needs to be worried about is their son that they have together, and she claims that he only sees their son every 3 months. She even tried to prove that he doesn't know anything about their son by asking him numerous amounts of questions like how old he is, what grade he's in, what school he goes to. Kirk wasn't really answering anything, and he wasn't really getting some of the answers right. But I don't feel bad for him because he put himself in this situation, and then on top of that, he doesn't really care about what she's talking about. The only thing that he wants to discuss is her saying that he offered her money for sex, and basically she doubled down on it and told him that he does offer her money for sex, and he's still denying it, but he kind of laughed a little bit when he said it. And then he tried to tell Jasmine that she's the one that decided to have a baby by a married man. And look, she's always going to be looked at some type of way because she knew that Kirk was married and she decided to sleep with him anyway. But to me, he's worse in the situation because he's the one that was married, so he's the one who shouldn't have been stepping out on his marriage because she was single at the time. That doesn't give her a right to sleep with a married man. But would Jasmine had the ability to sleep with Kirk if he wasn't showing interest in her and he didn't want to do it? Because these married men a lot of the times are the ones going after these single women that they want to sleep with. It's not really the women going after them. Sometimes it is the other way around, but I'm pretty sure Kirk is probably the one who sat there and pursued Jasmine. So at the very end of this episode, Joc is having a photo shoot with all of his children, and he ended up saying in his confessional that maybe he doesn't need any more children because at the end of the day, he already has a lot, and then at the same time, he doesn't want to be old changing diapers. But then Kendra ends up pulling him outside to have a one-on-one conversation, and she starts telling him that she does want to have a child with him eventually. And so in order to make sure that she's actually able to have a child with him, she feels like it's the right thing to do to freeze her eggs. But he doesn't want any part of this because he said that he doesn't want to do it the artificial way, and if they're going to have children, he wants to do it the regular way. But at the end of the day, Kendra is getting older and she wants to make sure that she's actually able to have a child by getting her eggs at the right time before it's too late. But Joc starts getting mad a little bit and he starts telling Kendra that he feels like the only reason why she wants to freeze her eggs and not have a child right away with him is because she feels like they're going to end up getting a divorce and she wants to be able to have a baby with the next man that she gets with. And look, I don't know why he would have an issue with her trying to protect herself in case they do end up getting a divorce, because he does have a reputation, and at the end of the day, he already has kids. He has a lot of them. So if this is the way that she wants to do it in order for her to have a child, then I feel like he should be okay with it. However, I do feel like part of the reason why Kendra wants to freeze her eggs and she wants to wait to have a baby is because she probably really does in the back of her mind think that Joc is going to end up cheating on her and then they're going to end up getting a divorce. But the thing about it is that Kendra shouldn't have married Joc in the first place, because it's very clear to me that she does not trust him, and it's very clear to me from their arguments that she doesn't think this marriage is going to last because she knows his reputation and she thinks he's going to go cheat on her again while they're married. So if this is the way that she felt all along, then why did she go through with marrying him in the first place? Like, to me, that really doesn't make any sense. But she ended up going off on Joc, telling him that he already has a bunch of children, and if this is the way that she wants to be able to have a child herself, then this is the way that she's going to do it, and tells him that she's absolutely going to freeze her eggs, and if he doesn't like it, he needs to leave her so that she can go be with somebody else. And so things just got really messy between Kendra and Joc during this conversation, and it really did not go well because Kendra was flipping out on him. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.